So today I thought I would do a flower garden tour, and these are my lantana I planted. I got them really cheap. When they go on sale at Lowe's, that's when I got them. That's my ivy. I planted that last year, and I'm hoping it'll cover this fence and it'll look really pretty. But I got lantana all the way around there, and I hope they'll grow. We'll see. Okay, here's my azalea bushes. I got 5 of these, and they do really well here because the water off the roof drains down. So hopefully, here's Tiger. Hey Tiger. Hopefully they'll grow and be big. Hello. Okay, here's my rose bushes. Steve gave me that one, and I bought the other one 50% off, and there's some little petunias right here, and this is right when you walk in. So I'm not going to show that sign because I'm not advertising for them, but that's the way you walk. Here's some I planted this year. Those are Gerber daisies. Those are called, I don't know, primrose or something. I don't really know, but I like the purple ones. That one I got cheap. These are some type of a lily right here. The reason why they don't have any flowers is they're just adjusting. They'll come back. And that's a rose bush right there. It's a little tiny baby rose. Okay, right here, these are mini sunflowers. And that one's kind of falling over, but that's okay. But there's a little pretty one. Little tiny sunflowers, and that's a rose bush and more lilies. You can see that one's popping out. I planted lilies on the, there's 4 lilies right there. Oops, one shot. There's 4 lilies right there. And there's more lilies. For some reason it's dark to light, but it's hard to, there we go. There's some pretty lilies. And marigold right here, and some zinnias. And I kind of like the sorry, it's catching all the light. There's Tiger again, but I like them kind of blended together. It looks more like a flower garden. That's why I'm calling it my flower garden. And there's some clover right in there. That's clover. I had to move it. Look at Tiger. He said, "Who's in there? Who's in there, Tiger?" Hello! Alright, next I've got, those are more azaleas, and they bloom year round, but they'll start, next year it'll probably be, they're just adjusting this year. That's what I call it, adjustments. Then we've got the ones that we planted. The seeds are kind of random. Those are the seeds. So marigold right here, and zinnia. And that's just like a blend or a mix of petunia and cabrera. I call them cabreras, I really don't know. But the reason they're just not doing so good, I think they need more water, so I'll probably start watering them. And most all in between are marigolds and zinnias. Now there's some other ones. This one's a California poppy right here. That's a California poppy. Right there. And those, I planted those from seeds too. I forgot their name, but that's okay. And this is called a rain lily. When it rains, they bloom. So there's several of them, the grassy grass ones. And they're very, very pretty. I photographed this one a lot last year. And those are my river rocks. They're called egg rocks. You can get them at Lowe's. And that's a cypress mulch. Okay, right in the middle here, that's called a dwarf corpius, and it's like a yellow flower. It's similar to that California poppy. Those are some more lilies and zinnias. And I forgot that name, what was it? It's similar to this. They're like a succulent. See that purple one down there? And they love the sunlight, but there's some more California poppies and some wildflowers, and this is my favorite zinnia right here. Oops. I photographed that one too. And that's Mexican heather right here. That's another white rose. And more, that's what that one over there, a dwarf corpius, looks like. And there's that same one. It's kind of organized chaos. That's kind of how my things are. More of them, and these are all from seeds too. Last year I threw them out, so they're seeds from another plant. That's a pomegranate right there, and I may have to pull some of these if it's not looking too good, but it looks fine. Then more marigolds and what was that one called again? I can't say that word, but it's a dianthus. It's a year-round one. It looks pretty good. Okay, there are my herbs. That's oregano, rosemary, lavender in the back is very small, and these are mints. So we got chocolate mint, sweet mint, and another peppermint. That was it, peppermint. So that one's probably peppermint, chocolate mint, sweet mint. Sweet mint's the biggest. I'll back up so you can see them. Okay, that's a purple queen type plant right there. It came back from last year. All the white ones came back from last year too. They're called dust millers. That came back from last year. It's a type of I don't really remember, but I think this is a lavender. That was a seed in the front. Those are seeds. I pulled them off the cone flowers. I call them cone flowers. You can just, that's a weed right here. But let me pull it. Okay, I could pull weeds all day, but I'll just get that's what they look like. The cone flowers, that's a seed. You can just take them off. That's a petunia that came back from last year. And these are the reason why I wanted to film. I got them from the Dollar Tree. Focus, sorry. I got them from the Dollar Tree and they just bloomed last night. That's what popped out. Really pretty. I hope they look good. That's a royal something. I don't remember. More dust millers. That's how big they can get. Moving on, another Mexican heather you can see. Here's my lantana. It's slowly blooming. This came back from last year. So it is possible for North Carolina to have lantana that reblooms in my area. They say it doesn't, but a lot of zinnias, and then those Dollar Tree bulbs. I forgot the name of them. I should have wrote it down, but they're bulbs, so you just plant them in the ground, hope they grow. And a lot of it's mixed in there. That's why I call it a flower garden. And those will come back. I'm not sure what those are. They're probably a weed. But I'm leaving them just because I want to see what it ends up being, because I thought those were a weed right there. I'll get to them in a second, but they weren't. More dwarf corpus, and those are a bishop's something. Bishops, I don't know. Anyways, they're ground cover. Oh, my battery's about to die. I thought I'd just show the hanging baskets that we put up, and there's 8 of them, and it's hard to keep them watered. It gets so hot up there and they don't keep moisture, so I don't recommend them, but they look pretty when they are. And this is the view. Right, this is from a different angle, the dwarf corpus, and I'm not really sure what that is. It's probably a weed, but it looks like a flower type thing, so I'm gonna leave it. I just leave it until I decide. There's another one of those. These are marigolds from last year, and those are big old snapdragons. I got them from a pack of seeds, and they're very pretty, and they'll come back, I think. There's another one. I got a huge plant. I'll show it. It's down there in my wildflower garden. I call it my wildflower garden. That's a white azalea. I'm not sure what this is, but I got 2 of them. We'll see. And yeah, if you have any questions, if I don't point out what a flower is, tell me the color and the time stamp, and I will get it for you. But yeah, most of these are either seeds. If they look out of place, they're seeds, and they're really pretty. But I like marigolds because they keep I like marigolds because they keep the bugs away. Zinnias kind of too. That's my rose bushes. There's 2 of them here. I got them 50% off. As you know, I like them on sale. And they're very pretty. They'll get really big. And there's another one that just kind of decided I'm going to grow over here from seeds. That's why I told you they're all seeds. More, it's the exact same as that side. It's just over here. And everything's doing pretty good. You know, I think they like the extra help. And there's another azalea way down in there. It might not make it because I got all these big ones. But all these are, hey tiger. I got all these seeds. And they're real nice. But those are marigolds right here, I'm pretty sure. They're just huge. See, that's Tiger, and he's a fat cat. And there, twice his height. Moving on. So there's a dianthus, a lily, and I have to look up what that little chart says for that one. Give me a second. It is a candy striper creeping, I don't know, some kind of creeping thing. So it grows and expands. And that's all those there. Lilies. There's a tiny, I don't know, they're Aztec lilies. So they get really pretty. They're like those ones on the other side of the house, except they're smaller. And that's a pretty one over there. Okay, here's more dianthus right here. Tiger's eating my lily. I knew somebody ate him. Now he's rubbing his head up. Oh, he sits on it. Great. Good job, Tiger. Okay, more dianthus right here. Walking. There's two different types. That came back from last year, the Mexican heather, so they do come back. That I got on sale. I planted it here. And the white's coming out. It's called a Hawaiian mix. It's got yellow, orange, and white, but I guess the orange and yellow didn't make it. That's a fire bush there. As it gets new growth, it turns red. So you can see the new growth right here. And they bloom in the spring. And there's some more petunias right here. And that's another marigold. I like petunias, they smell good. And yeah, that's my little flower garden. That's the entrance, the back entrance. Alright, here's more azaleas. These are blooming. They're called encore. I keep missing the word. Encore azaleas, and they'll bloom year round. But this year I believe they're acclimating. This is the first year we've had them. Hopefully they end up okay. I'll make another video in about a month or two. Maybe, if you like this one. And those are doing much better. I think they get more sunlight than those. Those don't get a lot of sunlight. So those are doing very good. Here's my wildflower garden. These are blanket flowers. I need to remember the name. I'll write it maybe in the comments if I can remember. Or it might just come to me. California poppy. That's a bee balm, that purpley one. There's bachelor button there, kind of bluish. And there might be a zinnia in there every once in a while. And yeah, there's a lot of little tiny purple flowers, but hopefully if these reseed, they'll look very nice. And these came up from last year, and like these candle ones, they're perennials. So obviously they're gonna come back. And this is my favorite one. I know it's not the prettiest right now, but when it's in full bloom, it's got so many little blossoms, but it gets heavy and it falls over. But that's okay. And I'm hoping these, they're what I got in that flower bed. I couldn't predict what it was. I'm hoping there'll be a little flower. If not, that's terrible. Watching the weeds grow, but they're real pretty. See them? I forgot their name. You probably know what it is. And that's bachelor buttons there. They're white ones. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. They're probably called black-eyed Susans. So I hope that sounds right. And that'll be about it. They look really pretty. I wish the whole thing would pop up in flowers. But they grow where they want to.